Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Yes, this is Blueberries Battlefield Breakdown. It's a new thing I'm trying, where I'll just break down some footage of me playing, give you some tips and tricks, maybe you'll learn something, probably not, but I'm going to try it anyway. We are playing Domination on Operation Locker, the new Metro essentially. It's a lot better than Metro in my opinion. I find myself not getting into bottlenecks as much, and I can actually stand to play this one. Now, first tip I'm going to give you is knowing the map. Now, on this map, there's Alpha Point and Bravo Point are close to the home points, and Charlie Point's off to the side. Now, the majority of people will go for their home points, and occasionally you'll get some people going for Charlie, but not a lot of people go around for the flank. And I'm just going to pause the gameplay there, and I'm going to bring up this map. Now, as you can see, Bravo Point is right next to the US spawn, and as you can't see, but trust me, the Russian spawn is right next to Alpha Point. On this map, I quite often would go for the Charlie Point, but it's all about reading the map. Now, in the gameplay, you can see on my mini-map, I've noticed the red triangles. So I have actually decided to go and flank into the Alpha Point in this particular instance. As well as reading the map, which is probably my number one tip, also, weapon choice. Now, LMG in a close quarters map like this is probably the best weapon choice you can have. The suppression and the amount of bullets you can deal out without reloading will often give you the upper hand in a lot of firefights here. Sometimes the LMG is a bit hard to aim, which is about to come up. I'm about to get into a firefight where I've made the right decision. I've started firing, realized I wasn't going to win that firefight, and I've backed out. Now, remember, if you're not winning the firefight, there's no shame in backing out of it and going into a situation where you will win the firefight. That was quickly followed by a very, very bad move. When you're reloading, you never want to be coming around the corner on the reload. You just give the enemy the upper hand. And you kind of want to be in an area where, say you've just cleared the room, stay in the room to reload because at least you know that room is clear. Here, again, losing long range firefight, maybe a better player would have nailed some kills, but I haven't. But I have noticed the flanking opportunity. Now, I've come around, I've got the sights up, which I recommend, but I was too eager. I should have had the sights up the whole time, not just part of the time through the grates, especially when walking out into that outside. You're walking out into the sun, it's hard to aim, you want to be very careful. Again, coming around this corner, I'm too eager, I didn't have the sights out as I was peeking around the corner, which is another tip of mine. In a situation like this where you know there's enemies around the corner and they might be aiming at you, they might not be aiming at you, you always want to assume they are aiming at you. Now I'm going to slow this part down now and I'm going to explain to you the correct way to come around this corner. Now I'm sticking very, very close to the right. I've got my sights up before I even come around the corner. Having your sights up means you're ready to aim, you have the advantage, and it's most likely going to pay off for you. In this case, it did. Me coming around the back, my friends have come around the front, and we've met up. Drop the ammo pack down. I don't know how many times I'm playing games where some guys are support class or a medic, and they're just not playing what their class is meant to be doing. Just always be dropping down health packs and ammo packs. You get points from it. It takes like half a second. Here I am reloading on the move, but I looked at the minimap and I've seen that I'm surrounded by allies, and I felt it was safe enough to do the reload now. As the gameplay goes on, you'll see it still dropping ammo packs. Also, you might see me a few times firing before I actually come around the corner. Now that's pre-firing. You want to do it when there's a chance that there's an enemy around the corner, especially in close situations. Coming up, you're about to see me jump over the half wall in between the metal detectors. Now, this is good if you want to be stealthy, you don't want to let people know you're coming. If you jump over those, that half wall, the metal detectors obviously don't go off and you don't give away your position. So, we're just about flanked the enemy team here, and I've done a bad thing where I've got excited again. I've saw the enemies and I've just started firing without, one, checking my surroundings for that guy, and two, getting myself into a good position. When you do make a successful flank, you want to, one, check your surroundings. Now, I looked immediately to the left there because I saw the bad guys. I just wanted some kills. Where I should have taken a quick look to the right just to make sure, and then gone on with my killing spree. Also, I should have got myself into cover. So I was out in the open then, easy target, especially with the LMG, everyone knows where you are. I should have really got myself into a position where I was maybe behind some cover, head glitching spot, and then started taking out the enemy team. In the interest of time, I'm just going to fast forward me capping this point. Nothing much happens. But as I'm capping the point, I've noticed some Doritos appear to my left there. So I've sights up, creeping up, and I've made a few kills, got some suppression. I'll back down. Now I've backed down into cover to reload. Remember the LMG takes a long time to reload. Drop an ammo pack and move back up. Now I was unlucky not to land the kills, but as long as the team's getting the kills, gets a few suppressions, it's not too huge a deal. Remember, this game is not all about the kills. So I've dropped down the capture point in the middle of a firefight, another ammo pack, reloading safety. Now here comes a bad decision. I've got the friendly skulls on the ground there. I know my teammates have gone down by going around that corner, yet I made the bad decision of trying to shoot around that corner. Now it was never going to work out. I should have done what my friend Jeebus he has done, and he's read the map, he's flanked around, and he's successfully eliminated the force that we were all going up against. Here I've made another bad decision. Again, I've seen my teammates go down, and I've not only come around the same corner, I've almost jumped around that corner and left myself out in the open. Here I am going to rectify my past mistakes. I've seen my friends go down to the left of this little bobcat area, so I've taken cover behind it. In a firefight, if you can, you always want to be behind some cover. It just helps in the firefight. Now here, capping Charlie, I can see my teammates to the south, so I know they're not coming from the south, so I've aimed up to the east. It really brings me back to the point of map awareness. You really want to be paying attention to that mini-map. That LMG in that situation really helped out. Again, using the right weapon for the right situation. If I wasn't using LMG, considering how bad my aim was, I almost definitely would have died. I decide where I'm going based on two things. One, the objectives, and two, my squad mates. Even if you are just playing by yourself in a server, I recommend always trying to stick with your squad mates. I'm sticking with them here. I see them go down, so I've come to avenge them. Quick pop there. Shooting through those bars can be a little bit tricky, and more often than not, I'll fail at shooting through those bars, but a lot of times your enemies don't even attempt to shoot through those bars. So even if you give it a quick few shots, see if you get some tags, I reckon it's worth it. Entering this firefight here, I probably should have had my sights up, but it wasn't too bad an outcome. There I've made a decision that has not paid off well, is I switched between targets too quickly. You really want to make sure your first target's dead before switching. Probably could have got 2 kills instead of 1 kill and 1 assist. It's a hard habit to get into, as you see the targets, you just want to take out as many as possible, but if you don't make sure you get the kill, then you might just end up with a whole lot of tag guys and no kills or even no assists sometimes. So really want to make sure you get those targets down. In a situation about to come up, you'll see me get taken down in close range with a pistol against an LMG, which I guess might seem a little bit embarrassing, but I've found that pistols are an LMG man's worst nightmare. They just don't seem to get affected by the suppression of an LMG as much as, say, an assault rifle. And I'll often find myself actually getting taken out by a pistol more than any other weapon when I run with an LMG. Also, remember to use this against an LMG player. I'll often whip out my pistol if I know there's an LMG player around in a situation where he's just going to suppress the shit out of me. Just as this clip comes to the end, I just want to really point out how, as you could probably tell, I'm definitely not the best player, but I've got right up there on the scoreboard just by following those simple tips of reading the map, sticking with your squad, playing the objective, playing your class, sights up around corners, reload in cover, and use cover when possible. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. If not, oh well, and catch you next time.